You know, it happens to all of us at some point or another. The putting stroke just goes. You stand over the putt and you don't know where it's going or what it's going to do, and you've missed so many that you think you should have made that now you're hesitant and nervous and afraid to pull the trigger and stroke the putt, and it just happens. You don't know why you're missing putts that you think you ought to make. You don't know whether it's going to miss right or left or long or short, and you get that hesitation and you just miss. You just miss. Mess. It is a mess. Your putting stroke is a mess. In fact, I call it going toxic. And sometimes my putting stroke goes toxic. Sometimes yours does. It just happens to all of us. Well, today we're going to talk about 4 simple drills that I do when my stroke goes toxic to detox your putting stroke. You can do these 4 drills in 15 or 20 minutes, and it really helps get your putting stroke back online and in focus and where you want it to be. So here we go, 4 quick drills to detox your putting stroke. So when your putting stroke goes toxic, here are 4 simple drills to help you get it back in line. The first one is what I call the push drill. You can't do this when you're playing a round of golf because it doesn't involve a stroke, but you line up 3 feet from the hole. You simply set your putter down, get over the putter like you're going to make your stroke, and instead of making a stroke, you actually push the ball into the hole. And you do it over and over again until you got it down. What this does is helps you make sure that your stroke is through the ball, keeping the putter face square after impact. A lot of times you'll notice that you may have a tendency to push it a little bit left or right, especially if you've been missing putts that you think you should make. That's an indication that you need to work on this drill. So you just line up 3 feet from the hole, push the ball into the hole. See, that one missed a little bit right. That one almost sneaked out to the right. And that one as well. But you keep doing that until you make 5 or 6 in a row and you're comfortable that your stroke rolls the ball straight up the line and into the hole. Okay? Missed that one. So the second thing, the push drill helps cover keeping your putter face square through impact. Make sure you're making a nice smooth stroke. Now let's work on your contact with a gate drill. Again, about 3 feet from the hole, you want to put down a couple of tees, only slightly wider than your putter head. Put the ball between the center of the tees, and this time you're not going to push, you're going to actually make a stroke, but you want to not touch the putter head against either of the tees. I've got these tees a little bit too far apart. Let's make an adjustment there where I barely have room to get the putter head through. So now you line up and simply make a stroke. And what you're working on here is consistently striking the ball dead on your alignment line, right in the middle of the putter face. And you keep doing that. And again, 3-footers, you're trying to make 5 or 6 in a row. Okay. So the push drill gets your stroke smooth where you're keeping the putter face square to the target line. Then the gate drill makes sure you're making consistent contact square on the putter face. Another problem that usually happens if you feel like your putting stroke is gone toxic and you're not making putts that you know you ought to make is that your alignment is off. So here's a drill for that. Get an alignment stick, put it straight on the line for where the ball should go in the hole. And again, we're going to be 3 feet. And then you set up where this is my line. So I want to take my stance parallel to that line. And you'll notice my right foot or my left foot is a little bit open. A lot of people putt with their putting stance open. That's okay. As long as you are set up so that your shoulders are parallel to this line, so that your putter face is parallel to this line. And when you line up, your eyes are as well parallel to this line, and your hands, so that you make a stroke that's going to take your ball parallel to what you know is the target line. You're aligned properly. Because when you miss and you start missing lots of putts, I'll guarantee you that it's due to poor alignment. There's just an issue. You think you're aimed at the hole or on the intended line, and you're not. And you don't start the ball on that intended line. This is a drill that makes a huge difference, and you don't use the alignment stick to cheat and roll the ball in the hole. You just use it to line up and keep yourself square. By the way, that one went in. It just bounced off the other balls. All right, so that helps you with alignment. What you notice is so far we've been doing everything from 3 feet. That's by design, because if you're watching this video and you feel like you're not making putts that you ought to make, I'm absolutely certain that you're seeing a lot of putts not go in the hole. When you're doing them from 3 feet, you get in the habit, and mentality is so important in putting, but you get used to seeing the ball roll in the hole and hearing that wonderful sound that we all love so much when you putt. So we've been doing from 3 feet or so because we're working on your stroke, your contact, and your alignment, and we want to get in the habit of seeing a lot of putts go in the hole. Now we're going to work on our feel and our distance control. So what I've done is I've set up 3 golf clubs around the hole. Let's make this a little tighter. And then you back up to about 10 feet. And your goal is, if it doesn't go in the hole, you want to stop it inside that zone without touching any of the golf clubs. And doing this, you don't just try to stop the ball in that big square. You pick a spot in the hole, not even just the hole itself, but a teeny tiny spot in the back of the cup. And then you line up and make your putt. And we'll start at 10 feet. That was a little bit too firm. It went a little far. But if I miss, if I don't go in the hole, I want it to stop inside that zone without touching the other golf clubs. This putt has a really tricky little break right at the end. Too firm. So I would go back and do this set again. You want to do that until you get 5 or 6 in a row inside the circle, because here's the thing. If you can do that from 10 feet, you're not going to 3-putt. All of these are just, tap ins, kick ins, whatever. You get 5 or 6 in a row from 10 feet, then you back it up to 15. Let's see what we can do there. you do that at 10 feet. Then you do it again at 15 feet. And then 20, or even if you want to get out at 25 or 30, you work on that until you can get 5 or 6 putts, let's say 5 in a row, inside the zone or in the hole, and none of them are outside of the zone and none of them are touching the other clubs that you've squared around the hole. That takes care of your feel and your distance and your speed control. The other 3 quick little drills in this took care of stroke, contact, and alignment. And if you haven't already, click that like button, subscribe, and then click the bell notification so you'll be notified when we put nice reviews or of other golf equipment and putters and that type of thing, or when we post new content like this on tips and drills to help you make more putts. And in the meantime, that's what we want you to do. Here's to you making more putts.